All right, good morning, guys. This is our first go at our ISTAthlete Zoom class. How this is going to work, so we have our little Zoom set up here. I would enter share screen. I'd pull up the whiteboard view, which has the workout, and then we're just going to work through it piece by piece. So for warm-up today, we'll go 5-minute AMRAP. I'm going to demonstrate one round of our AMRAP here and how the class would kind of be structured. I would utilize the clock behind me, so everything is on the clock, has some structure here, and we're working through it as a group. So for warm-up, we're going to do 5-minute AMRAP, 25 jumping jacks, 10 bird dog, that's 10 total, and then 5 interim push-up, followed by 10 lateral lunges. From here, I would exit whiteboard view. You guys would get your little area set up. For today, I'll demonstrate how this will work. Clock is always going to count down from 10. So once the clock starts, I'd be going in 10. Start with 25 jumping jacks. And I do my jumping jacks. I'm just going to do 10 here. I do my jumping jacks. I make my way to the floor. I have my bird dog. Make sure I get in that good tripod position. Opposite foot, opposite hand. Work my way through 10 reps here. Really focusing on staying nice and stable through my belly. 10 reps there. I'd stand up. I go 5 interim push-up. Focus on keeping your legs nice and long. I'm going to walk my hands out. Do my push-up. Walk my hands back in. Notice my legs don't bend much at all. I want to feel my hamstrings. After you've done your 5 interim push-up, I want us to take a nice wide sumo stance. From here, I'm trying to touch my butt cheek to my heel, with keeping my feet on the ground and my toes pointed straight ahead. So I'd work through 10 reps of this, 5 each side. And as you notice, the clock is continually running up. That took me about 90 seconds there. So this would be maybe like a 1.5 to 2 round warm up. The clock would expire for 5 minutes. I'm just going to stop the clock, reset it. We would bring it back into our share screen mode. And then we would be on to our core. So we're going to revisit the whiteboard every single time, just for simplicity's sake, so that we're all on the same page. Today, for core, we're going to do 3 rounds. I'll demonstrate 1 round here. I'll talk about movement expectations, demonstrate, and whatnot. We have 10 total, pillar bird dog, except you're going to pause with a 3-second pause in each position. So I'll demonstrate how that looks. If we can't do the pillar bird dog, scale that down to the bird dog that we did in the warm-up. Still going to pause for 3 seconds. 7 each way, so 7 clockwise, 7 counterclockwise. We'll go leg circles plus a lift on each rep. I'll demonstrate that as well. And then 12 each side, fire hydrant plus donkey kick. That is all about keeping a really good hip position. We want to stay nice and square. We don't want to get excess flaring at the hip. I'll demonstrate that movement as well. I'll go through 1 round here. With this, it's not written on the board. This would be a cap 9. So you'd essentially have 3 minutes to do each round, if that makes sense. If you get through it a little bit faster than 9 minutes, that's totally okay, but you would cap yourself at 9 minutes. 3 rounds, 10 pillar bird dog with a 3-second pause, 7 each way, leg circle plus lift, and then 12 each side, fire hydrant plus donkey kick. So I'll demonstrate all 3 of those movements. I'll do 1 round here. I'm going to set the clock for 9 minutes, just like you would. Okay, going in 10 here. Starting with our pillar bird dog. I'll demonstrate both variations with that 3-second pause. The first one is our pillar bird dog. 1, 2, 3. Really challenging variation here. 1, 2, 3. It would look the exact same if you went down to your traditional bird dog. I would be here, 1, 2, 3, just as such. Really reaching with that opposite foot, opposite hand, just like that. You flip over onto your back, we have a leg circle plus a lift for each rep. I'll demonstrate clockwise here, but you do 7 clockwise, 7 counterclockwise. Get your low back into the floor. From here, I'm going to do a big circle. And then heels, don't touch the ground, into a leg lift. And now I'll start my next leg circle. Just like that. And then counterclockwise would be as such. Just like that. We'll go 12 each side, fire hydrant plus bird dog, or sorry, fire hydrant plus donkey kick. I'm going to be here. Drive that knee up and out at a 45-degree angle. We don't want it to just flare open like this. Hip should stay square to the floor. And donkey kick. I'd work my way through 12 reps on one side, 12 reps on the other. 3 rounds with a 9-minute cap is going to be relatively close. Some of us, don't be shocked if you don't finish, that's okay. The caps are utilized to just keep us moving and keep us structured. We're accumulating a lot of work in a short amount of time. That's a good goal, okay? It's going to help us improve our fitness. Doesn't really matter if we miss a few reps at the end there. That's okay. We would go back to our whiteboard view. For strength, we're going to build off what we did last week. So for strength, we have 3 separate EMOMs. Each of these EMOMs are going to be at 6 minutes. So every minute on the minute for 6 minutes. Our first one, this is utilizing the number from last week. So last week, if you remember, we did 1 max set of push-ups. We rested, and when we did our EMOM at 40%, you're going to use that same number of your max from last week. Now we're just going to go 45%. So it might be 1 to 2 more push-ups inside that minute. That's appropriate. That's what we're looking for, okay? And you're just going to repeat that for 6 minutes. Now, if you didn't do this workout last week and you don't know your max set of push-ups, you are going to do a maximum of 45 seconds of reps. That should be about the same amount of time. And it also caps those of us who are super, super good at push-ups. Say my max push-ups was 60. 25 push-ups for 6 minutes, every minute on the minute is really, really tough. You're just going to do 45 seconds of reps, okay? Between EMOMs, you'll rest 2 minutes. Our second one is air squat. Same principle here, 45 seconds of work. And then our last one is that overhead press utilizing our backpack. Maybe we have access to dumbbells, barbell, whatever works. 45% of the max reps or 45 seconds of work on the overhead press. You're going to do each of these for a 6-minute EMOM, resting 2 minutes in between, okay? This 3 is just denoted by this A is 1, B is 2, and then C is 3. So I will demonstrate like 1 minute here of, or 1 or 2 minutes maybe of the EMOM of the max push-ups, kind of get a sense of the work to rest ratio that we're looking for. I'm just going to make up a number. Say I did 30 push-ups for my max set last week. 50% would be 15. So I'm looking at, quick math here, like 12 or 13 push-ups on the minute, okay? So I would set my clock. We have a kind of a fancy clock here. We can set it to 1 minute intervals. If you just have a stopwatch or whatever, you're gonna have to watch the clock the whole time. But we would set it up, so 6 intervals of 1 minute with no rest in between. The rest would follow after our EMOM. So how this will work, going down in 10. On the first minute, I'm going to do 13 push-ups. That's about 45%. Quality push-ups here. So if I was doing 12 push-ups, it would look just like this. Knee push-ups would be the same thing. Notice that my hip and shoulder angle, it's not over-exaggerated. Hips are in line with shoulders, chest to floor. In the remaining amount of time, so I have 30 seconds to rest. That's totally okay. I should be able to recover, and then I would do the same thing on minute 2. Doesn't really matter what you do during your rest. Grab water, just shake the upper body out a little bit. Maybe upper body pressing goes really, really quick, especially in an EMOM setting. Same thing here on minute 2. Same amount of reps. So I did those reps a little bit faster. I would have even more rest as I work my way through the EMOM. So you would do that trend for 6 minutes. You'd rest 2 minutes, and then you move on to your next EMOM, which is the air squat. 6 minutes of the air squat, rest 2 minutes, finish up with your overhead press. Pretty simple structure there. Finally, we'll go back to the whiteboard view. We have an EMOM for conditioning as well, but it's a little bit different structured EMOM than we did for strength, as there's more stuff going on all in 1 minute. So it's a shorter, more high intensity piece, but a lot of volume. Every minute on the minute for 8 minutes, you are going to complete 15 jump squats, 10 hand release push-ups, 5 burpees with a 6-inch reach. So if we don't know exactly what 6 inches is, that's essentially just an arm fully extended overhead. That's all we want, okay? So within all these movements are done within 1 minute, 15, 10, 5, I rest. This is probably gonna take 40 to 45 seconds. Then as we get tired, we might fall off a little bit, so the rest becomes less and less. That's okay. Just keep pushing hard. If you do get capped in the minute, just cut the reps down from the jump squat to 12, hand release push-ups to 8, and then do 3 burpees. So minus a few reps there every minute on the minute. I'll demonstrate 1 minute of what this should look like, and then that's the workout for today. So I'll exit the share screen here. Again, we have the fancy clock, so I'll set it up for 8 intervals of 1 minute on, no rest here, starting with 15 jump squats. So that's how to look for 1 minute. I had about 15 seconds rest. On minute 2, you'd repeat. Like I was saying, if you do get capped, so say you're able to make, let's pull this whiteboard back up. Say I make it through 4 of the 8 minutes with 15, 10, 5. But on minute 5, I get capped by the push-ups. Okay, so maybe my push-ups start to go. Work through that minute, but scale the reps so that you don't fall even further and further behind. Like I said, one good scaling suggestion would be 12 jump squats, 8 hand release push-ups, and 3 burpees. But really do try to push hard on the EMOM. Short and intense is what we're looking for. This will be the structure of the Zoom class every single day, coached by one of us. So if you ever have questions on any of the movements, we're here to answer those, keep you guys on track. These workouts shouldn't be taking any longer than 45 minutes to an hour at most. That's a huge benefit of doing the Zoom class. If you are in a time crunch, we're going to keep you on time so that you can get on with your day as well. And doing more work in a shorter amount of time is going to help improve your fitness there. So that's our Zoom demo here for today. ISTAthlete Workout for the 18th.